updates on sports stories across the globe, Abi Iyomon joins us. Good morning, Abi.
Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, Adefemi, and good morning, Rufai.
Morning.
Nice to see all three of you this morning, and good morning to our viewers. Good morning. Yes, we'll quickly begin with basketball, where the FIFA AfroBasket, the 2025 qualifiers, enters the third phase, and the D-Tigers have already resumed camp ahead of the tournament, which takes place from 17th of February to 24th. Now, the home-based players have already resumed camp, but will be joined by the foreign-based players in Tripoli on February 16th. It is already a dicey situation for the D-Tigers as they are just bottom of the table, with no games being won in these qualifiers, but they will hope to get better when they face off in Tripoli. But only 3 teams from these groups will qualify for the AfroBaskets in Angola. So it's something that the NBBF is saying that they need to put all their concentration and efforts to qualify for the tournament. And away from that, tonight we have the Champions League knockout phases begin tonight, and matches will be played. But the big game for the night is a game between Madrid and Manchester City, which will take place at the Etihad. This is now a rivalry that so many look forward to, as these teams have faced off time and time again. It's 4 wins for Manchester City, 5 draws for both teams, and 3 wins for Madrid in this particular game. And they will hope to get a victory. Either of both teams will hope to get a victory, but Madrid are currently laden with injuries. All their first 11 defenders are out injured, with Lucas Vazquez's recent injury. In addition to players like Militao, Carvajal, Rudiger, and the likes. And more matches we played. We'll see Brest take on Paris Saint-Germain. There's Juventus taking on PSV. Sporting CP will take on Dortmund, and Club Brugge take on Atlanta. Feyenoord will be hosting Milan. Celtic will take on Bayern Munich, and Monaco will be home to Benfica tonight. Well, more matches will be played tomorrow, but these are the matches we play tonight in the Champions League. And let's move away from that and go straight to the FA Cup, where matches, where the 5th round draws has been announced. But Plymouth will play against Manchester City after getting that victory against Liverpool over the course of the weekend. And for United, who had the victory against Leicester City due to Maguire's controversial 9-minute goal, they will also take on Fulham, who has 2 Nigerian players in that squad, Iwobi and we have Iwobi there, and also Bassi. More matches will be played. Palace will take on Millwall after defeating Doncaster last night. There's League Cup titles. Newcastle will meet Brighton, who knocked out Chelsea on Saturday. Bournemouth take on Wolves. Aston Villa will take on Championship team Cardiff. And those are the fixtures of matches to be played in the FA Cup 5th round. And away from the FA Cup, the Serie A the title there is heating up, as we have Fiorentina losing to Inter Milan after getting a victory against them in the Coppa Italia over the course of the weekend. And now we have, rather midweek, and now we have Inter getting a revenge over Fiorentina with a 2-1 victory, which makes them just 1 point behind Napoli, who have been doing well in the title race, but Inter are closely trailing them. We have players like Anatovic on the score sheet last night, but the Inter players are hoping that they can usurp Napoli from that top position. It might be a tall order because Napoli are doing so well this season. Let's quickly move away from the Inter to a story about the Spanish Federation. It's on and off troubles for the Spanish Women's Federation, and coupled with talks about Rubiales, who is still in the court with that infamous kiss at the Women's World Cup. But this time out is a Spanish player who plays for Barcelona, that's Mapi Leon, who touched the crouch area of an Espanyol female player, Daniela Caracas, and Espanyol have called for actions to be looked into. This saying it was inappropriate and invasion of privacy on the player. But Leon and Barcelona feminine team have come out to say that she did not mean it. It wasn't intentional. It was just in the heat of the moment when she was also pushed by the other player. But the other player came out to say that she did not assent to that. So it has brought out a lot of talks on social media saying should the Spanish FA chief who resigned after that happened step down, then the female player, that's Leon, her case should be properly looked into because of what transpired during the course of the weekend. But Espanyol say that they're going to take this case up against Leon, and we'll see what happens about that. And we'll move on to tennis, where Djokovic and Murray, their partnership continues until at least the Wimbledon. We saw Murray as part of the coaching crew for Djokovic during the Australian Open where he exited. But this time out, we'll see more of this fantastic duo leading on to Wimbledon. And finally, for me, we have Kuti. That's a Nigerian young sensation who is going to be part of the African Cup tennis that's in Tunisia taking place this February. And he will be going alongside reputable tennis players. He made his debut for Nigeria and put Nigeria on the map in 2024 when he won the junior African tennis category. We'll see what can happen in this tournament. And that's all for me on the world of sports today.
All right, let's see what will happen tonight between Real Madrid and Manchester City. Goodness me, may the best man win. I do not know, but I pretty much think I know who would win. Real Madrid, better form. Man City just barely struggled to beat Leyton Orient. You know, that game could have gone south. But you know what they say in football, miracles could happen. But it's done.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is football. Anything can happen. So we saw that happen over the weekend with Plymouth Argyle and Liverpool. So this is football. Anything can happen. But let me talk about the Spanish female league. And this is because, what's going on with sexual harassment, what accounts or what is said to be sexual harassment. You talked about what happened between Leon and Caracas, and how Caracas was actually Leon was going to keep it quiet until Espanyol decided to take up the case to say that no, she was actually assaulted, or inappropriate gesture was made towards her when her hand touched a certain private part of Leon. So interesting, and I don't think it's the same case as what happened with Bialis. With Bialis was a deliberate attempt to kiss another woman that was not consensual because you were excited. This is between two women who decided to hope. Anyways, I think we need to define the terms when it comes to female football. In Spain, in the UK, in Nigeria, it's a bit interesting more than would have with the male football.
In situations like this, and still staying on this issue between the Barcelona and Espanyol player, it's Mappy Leon who is the person who is accused of touching Caracas.
Yes.
And so I do think that it should be taken quite seriously. And if Espanyol, after speaking to their own player, have come out and said that they believe that gesture was inappropriate, there should be some form of investigation at the very least before that. At the very beginning of the show, even though it's a completely different matter, we were talking about NAFTAC and the support of the death penalty, and how some of us felt that it's too harsh a punishment. But in this situation that we can see that a player believes that they were inappropriately touched, I do think a remarkable punishment after an investigation would be a suspension of some form, so that when it comes to sexual harassment or just understanding that even though this is an interpersonal game, there has to be sometimes a level of decorum and understanding that people's persons shouldn't be touched inappropriately in any context.